Hello everyone, if you watched my recent videos, you would know that it is all about the new item Debo, but after spending more ranked games, I've realized that Yone is starting to qualify as a stat checker. Except, you just look at how many daggers you have. This is because Debo significantly increases your power to just run people down. For example, in this fight against Volibear, we are down a ult, and while neither side's played it perfectly, look at that fully stacked lethal tempo clutching up. In the past, I would have been just touched and one-shotted before I could even do anything. And obviously, we have many more cases of such. Now, let's go into a real game against Garen. This is one of the more annoying matchups that people dislike, but let's break it down, how we were able to make Garen irrelevant this game. Thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe. Love you all. Oh, and since my last video, we reached 1,000 subscribers, and I want to thank you all so much for your support. It means the world to me, and I would have never imagined I could make this much progress at all if it was so many years ago. You guys are literally the best. Goated. Onto the game. Garen looks like a simple champ to beat on the surface since we outrange him, but this can be a struggle since he has the stats to make up for it, and if he ever gets onto you, he's gonna do big damage, making it very easy for you to get executed. The main thing about fighting Garen is trading around his W since you will never win a trade while it's active. For runes, I'm bringing bum plating and shield bash, but I've come to the realization that Garen E does not actually get blocked by bum plating, so you are probably better off going for the inspiration tree or something else like revitalize, unflinching, or overgrowth. Now, what's special about Garen is that he can choose to just not interact with you and farm while playing through his passive. You can play it like how you would against Nasus by getting the wave to slow push into you, which is probably the optimal way to go for it. But anyways, I didn't realize that until when I analyzed this game, so you will not be seeing that, but I think that's how I would play it out now from now. Level 1, you do win all ins, but he will generally try to poke and get away with the movement speed using Q or just trade with E before your lethal stacks up. We should try to poke him with Q, but we should also stay wary of his Q. We get bum plating, and I wanted to take an extended trade, but he dodged it and we took a Q to the face. This might seem really bad, but this is actually not a big deal since this means we get prio and we have 2 pots allowing us to heal back. Then it's pretty meaningless to poke him under turret like this since he's just gonna heal up, but there's nothing much to do here. A lot of the time, you'll just be diffing him in CS since you can't really go onto him unless it was lethal range. If we have a Q stack however, we can intentionally get into his Q range and use WQ to block his damage while getting Q3, chasing him down with E after his W is over. But as you can see, he doesn't want to interact with us, so we just reset the wave and last hit. I do have to note though that I'm making a pretty dumb mistake here. Notice that I dragged the wave and he does miss minions. Rare is the person who shows their true face. But I end up touching the wave too much and it just all repeats. This is because in my head I want to stop his passive, but this is a bad thing since he can continue to farm safely the longer we do this. The only way that we can stop it is to poke using Q and W, but he's going to be inside of the minion wave, so we are always going to end up touching the wave. So it's better to just do it like when we fight Nasus. It's okay to let him get a few stacks of Q if it means the wave is going to be in a position that you can freeze. Same thing here, it's okay to let him get some CS if it means you can freeze the wave and force him to walk up. Another problem with this is it puts you at a vulnerable position. Just like here, maybe if I warded the tri-bush as well, I could have been safe. Note here that generally when he queues up onto us and we have no Q stack or W or something, then we just E away. But since Nasus is coming, we don't do that here and we just try to get out. So we use ult and flash to get out, followed by Q3. Then I use E to drag away since I die for sure if his Q hits us. Then I W before Eing back so I don't die during its ult cast, and I would have lived, but I had not expected Nasus to kill me in 1 Q since he was only level 4. After we TP back to catch the wave and we get a plate with E, be sure to mash your keyboard to ensure that you can get out safely. Now, he is no longer scared to trade, and like I said before, E aways if you don't have W or Q stacked already. And we can see him using W, so we chase him down afterwards as he has no ult. I ping for grubs since both lanes have prio, but since Victor went back to catch mid wave, I died to them. Maybe I should have just ulted away instead or did something else. But then a fiesta breaks out mid lane and we lane until we get Bork.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Nasus goes into Rengar's jungle to invade, so we rotate and help. While Rengar does die in the process, the rest of our team was there and we land a really nice 3-man ult allowing us to get some leads. Oh, and this is probably my favorite thing to do on Yone, just stabbing and poking while they try to CS. The lane does get significantly easier when you get shield bow since his ult can't really execute you anymore. Thresh roams top and we spot him on vision since he is alone and not that tanky yet, so we just straight up go for him. I mean, yeah, I get it, flash ult his Q isn't that necessary, but I saw the vision in my head and it's almost muscle memory at this point, so allow it please. Plus, team glazes you, so it satisfies your fragile ego. While Garen is dead, we take the turret and also a camp. I like to rob enemy jungle camps whenever I can because I can set them back a lot. Before I could base, a team fight breaks out mid and we rotate to help. We see Garen use ult, so we know it's not possible to execute me here. We also saw Asol use W, so we just straight up ult him. We get Garen in the process and finish off Asol with Q3. After farming mid-wave, we saw Nasus bot this whole time, so we take his raptors off vision and then surprise Zac with a Q3 through the wall. Thresh was AFK, so we utilize this to kill him while helping our team out when we can. We find a pick on Nasus so we can take Baron, and I like to use camps to get Q3 and surprise people as well, just like how I'm doing here. At this point, our team is really fed, so we don't have all that much work left for us, just playing with our team and helping out whenever we can. Predicting that Nasus will go top since that's where his only camps are, We wait for him in a bush and get Garen, who tried to help. Finally, I agreed to death with 4.2k gold. And with that, we take Baron before ending the game as 5. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye bye.